Hey guys, and welcome to another Let's Talk. Quite soon, maybe this gets spaced out in between uploads, so I'm not just spamming you guys with my opinions, my thoughts on so many things. But this is less of a an E3 hype video, just chatting about specific things. And more, just something I wanted to chat about. Not a therapy, not that. The videos are quite distinguishable, you'll find. But I basically just want to talk to you guys about the reasons why I do certain things, I guess. And yeah. So the first thing is that I hope I don't ever come across as like a liar or a person that's not truthful. Not that I need or I feel like I must always be that, but it's just I think I have the tendency to tell you guys where I think we're going, what I think I want to do, and then change it. But it's not necessarily, it's like me trying to adapt to the environment around me, which is a part of YouTube, I think. So for instance, one of the things I told you guys is that I would be covering Far Cry 5. Recently, there was an update to it a couple days ago. I think it happened on Friday. Basically, I don't know when this is getting to you, so I don't know when to timestamp it, but basically there was an update that came out and I didn't really mention anything about it. And the reason for that isn't because I didn't want to stay true to what I said, which was I was going to cover that game and I was going to try to do my best job to do so. It's that no one was watching those videos. So, and to me, it's not about like, I hope you guys don't ever hear that or hear me say that and think like that the people that did watch it don't matter or anything like that. It's quite the opposite. I greatly appreciate people who watch all the stuff I make. But the fact of the matter is I want to try to, it's like when you have a huge group of people that follow you and for various things, you want to try to satisfy as many of those people as you possibly can. So a lot of the Far Cry videos didn't really do well, not in comparison to the other videos I make. Even in comparison to the other videos I make, not comparing them, they didn't really do well. Which again isn't again it isn't on you as a viewer. I hope you guys don't hear that. To me, it's on me as a creator to create something that you guys want to see. Maybe I wasn't doing a good enough job of that. Maybe it's timing. Maybe it was just that no one really like Far Cry's aren't the game that you want to see stuff from. Let It Dies, maybe Destinies, maybe Anthems. Those kind of games are people that they're kind of, they spark a community. Whereas Far Cry games are always just really fun single-player games with some multiplayer on them, you know what I mean? They don't really make for a community game, although they do. Again, credit to Far Cry and the devs for making that game amazing with content drops all the damn time and stuff like that. But yeah, I just kind of felt when I seen Far Cry at E3s and stuff like that, I thought this game looks fun, amazing, and I want to play it, and I love everything I'm hearing about it, how it's going to be like they're going to keep updating the game and stuff like that. I loved all that. But then there was the other side of the coin where after it came out, I started uploading videos on it, I seen that a lot of people just weren't watching them. Which again, it's my job as a creator to try to make there a reason for you to watch. And sometimes you do it, other times you don't. So to me, that's just me reading my environment. So then I'm currently right now not really uploading them. Uploading any like Far Cry anything. And to me, again, it's I don't want the thing to seem like I'm neglective of the thing that I wanted to do. It's just sometimes you don't always get to do what you want to do. And it's not, again, to rival that, it's not that you don't get to do what you want to do, it's just that you have to find something else that you want to do more. And that's kind of where you're at, because when you're at like a road where something's not doing well, you can either choose to just keep trying with that one thing, and that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes you can really do something cool, especially if there's passion in that. And that's, to me, the thing, is that also, I was getting kind of, I played a shit ton of Far Cry 5, basically. So when it came to everything after it, I was already kind of like, I get it. I get the Far Cry mode mentality. I think it's a great game, but I played a lot of it. And there's few games that can keep me wanting to come back. Destiny is one of those games. It used to be one of those games. And Let It Die currently is that game right now, because we're at a place where we can actually kind of survive within the tower without getting killed instantly. So I can like farm on the side and it kind of be a fun, calm thing. It doesn't have to be always so high strung. So those are the videos that I'm kind of trying to push right now. Because I just, one, I'm having a ton of fun with that game, and two, you guys watch that game, and three, it's still fun to like make videos for. It's still it pulls me in that direction of being like, oh, I can't wait to make that. I can't wait to show this, because especially in Let It Die's case, there's so many. That's a difficulty oriented game, to where our showcase series of weapons actually has some sort of merit. You know what I mean? Whereas in Destiny, when we used to showcase weapons, didn't really mean anything. You know what I mean? Like, the weapons are all the same. Nothing's really needing to be said. You know, I'm sure you're gonna get this to drop at some point. The stagnant rolls make it more or less like nonsensical, not important. But in Let It Die's case, where you are investing in a weapon, you want to see if it's gonna be good or not. That to me is why the pendulum swings so heavily in Let It Die being a viewer-centered series, and also just fun to make, etc. Because I feel like I'm putting something out there that people at least, maybe not watch, but that is the case, but at least help, which is something also really, really cool. And yes, that's more or less the one thing I wanted to talk about, was just that, again, if you guys ever noticed that I'm hyped about something, like I talked a while back about a game called Absolver, where I was extremely excited for the game. I couldn't wait to get my hands on it, and then I finally got it, and it was right at the precipice of so many other things happening, to where I was just like, I don't think I can really cover this. And it's not that I don't want to, it's just that it would take a fucking long time for me to do it. 2, I got too many things going on. They're pulling my time away, so that I can't really invest it. And if I were to invest it, something would have to get axed. Something that I'm already really enjoying, which at the time was Destiny 2. That kind of dwindled because there was nothing like stagnant rolls, or these stagnant rolls were a thing. Apparently Forsaken is gonna fix all that. But anyways, yeah. Yeah. Also Anthem. I'm looking at Anthem and I'm like, But again, I hope you guys realize that whenever stuff like that happens, it's never me being like trying to be deceitful or anything like that. It's just to me seeing that some things just aren't working, and I think I should reevaluate where I'm going, etc. Again, like with the if I notice a series that it was kind of a weird balance how my brain works when I see something like that, because there's some times when I'm uploading a series, whatever it may be, like for instance Destiny 2 is a good example, where those videos never really did well, but I really liked making them. So to me, I kind of was like, okay, that's when I tried to pump the I don't know what you call it, the creative aspect of your brain, and trying to be like, okay, well, as much as the videos aren't doing well, what is in my power that I could make them do well? Well, what could I do to make it fun, different, etc.? And that's kind of where I went with it. But in Far Cry's case, the views weren't there, and I kind of wasn't really all in the game as well, so it kind of just dwindled out. And then also another thing is that there's plenty of like fantastic people who do the things that I wanted to do better, so I didn't really feel like I was like screwing you guys out of that content, because there's already so many fantastic content creators out there, and etc. So again, when it comes to anything in the future, I'm not trying to use this as a pass for me, but that's a huge thing hopefully that you guys consider, is whenever I do say that I'm going to do something, it's not that I don't want to do it, it's just that eventually sometimes stuff doesn't work out that way. Again, views drop, so, and of course me as a content creator, I want to make the thing that everyone wants to see the most. So I'm going to try to do that, and if no one's watching, then I'm going to try to lessen that. Or if I really am enjoying it, and I notice you guys are really hyped about it as well, I'll do my best to try to make it intriguing and interesting, so that maybe people can give it one more chance and maybe get on board. I don't know, but yeah, I just noticed I did it a couple times in the last couple months, where I was like, hey, what do you call it? With Monster Hunter, I was like, hey, we're making this build, and then I looked back and I was like, oh, there's so many people who already make better builds, and the videos aren't doing well in terms of any sort of Monster Hunter video, really. Okay, so maybe we should reevaluate where we should put our effort, and also but again, it's funny because at that same time, Monster Hunter videos weren't really doing well, but my god, did I ever just enjoy the game a lot. So again, I tried to make things of it, like I think I made one of the series where I'm pretty adamant about keeping is called Out of Comfort, but even still, there was a big time there when in Monster Hunter where we were coming up with like a bunch of different series, which I don't want to abandon, but some of them some of them would work and some of them wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like personally, I see value in the Out of Comfort series, or that to me, it's like, okay, that's the simple premise, and I can kind of work within any video game, sure. But then there's, what is it? I think it's Tuggy is what it's called, which is, oh god, I don't know what the abbreviation is, but the Idiom's Guide to Insanity, which is a little more fucking nonsensical and stupid. I just needed a name, so I wanted to use it. Which, by the way, I still enjoy the name. But even those, I'm thinking in my head, and I'm like, I'm not sure if I should keep them or if I should change something up. And to me, again, I feel like the best. You guys have heard me talk about this a lot, but I feel like the best growth and kind of videos in some instances always spark from me being like. Okay, have you guys ever heard the saying that, like, the most dangerous person is the person that has nothing left to lose? Same mentality kind of when doing YouTube. The person I think has the most to gain is the person that sounds kind of messed up, but okay, this is going to sound brutal, but the person that has the most to gain is the person that cares the least. That doesn't mean you shouldn't care, but that means you shouldn't get stressed out or freaked out about where you want to go. You know what I mean? You should never hesitate to make a decision, especially if it's something that you truly feel like you should do. That's kind of where I go from that. Because it's true, if you sit on something and you start to overthink it, and then you start to just keep going and going and going, and then eventually you just never do it, or way worse, you wait, and then you waste time doing it, and then the moment's already gone, etc. Again, any success I've had on YouTube has always been for me just being like, fuck it, this. You know what's fucked? The most success I've ever had on YouTube is when I've kind of given up a little bit on the whole like YouTube goal, dream job, whatever the hell you want to call it. Not really a job, just a creation hub with a bunch of people that want to watch my shit. But the best times it's done is when I've been like, well, I've given up. I'm still gonna do it, but my hopes are like gone with the wind. And then boom, something happens where I'm like, oh, okay, Battleborn was a hit with my channel a little bit, for me at least. Oh, Let Die was a hit. Oh, cool. What was the other games? I can't remember. There's a couple other ones. A little bit. Destiny I've always done and never done well, but I'm still trying. Anthem, I'm looking at you. Fallout also was one that I tried to make a thing, didn't ever take, but that's kind of the thing as a content creator. And again, I want to make that so painfully clear, is that a lot of times I feel like I listen to channel updates and videos where people constantly start throwing it on their audience almost, like they'll say, well, guys, what do you want to see? Because views are dropping. I just like, talk to me. What do you want? And it's not on you as a viewer to know that. You know what I mean? And then, honestly, not to be disrespectful or rude, but most viewers don't know that. You know, people want you to give them what they never knew they wanted. So I always feel like that's a weird thing when people, or I always hope that it never sounds that way when I talk about a video series not doing well. It's not like, you guys need to change that, or you guys need to do more, you guys already do way too much for me. And yes, so I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from for that. It's not on you, it's always on me, okay? Good. But the year's looking good for games, man, especially with, well, actually, next year is looking good for games. Fallout 76 does look very interesting, though. That, to me, would be something to do. Also, I may try to make a brand new series where we just talk about nothing. I wanted to say where we talk about video games, but I'm not sure, because I don't. Basically, I need a series where I can. It doesn't require the most prep, but I can make it quickly. Where I feel like if there was something that happened about like Fallout 76, and I wanted to talk about shit in that game, and stuff like that, I wanted to make it. And it'd be similar to a Let's Talk, where I'm just kind of floating in the corner, being like, hi. Yeah. I don't know, man. But what I do know is thank you for watching. Yeah, this was just an update about headspace kind of stuff, because yeah, again, I was worried that you guys noticed that some series last and others don't. Again, I try to make content for the biggest, for the most people that are going to watch it. So if I notice people aren't watching it, I'm going to be trying to make it better, and if I notice that doesn't even work, then I'm going to be trying something new. So yeah, it's kind of the mentality of I want to keep trying to give you guys something that you never knew you wanted, which takes a lot of time, and hopefully you guys give me all those opportunities. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, subscribe button above me, 2 videos to my right. Thank you guys so much, and goodbye.